And this is a video review of the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Deluxe Class Sunstreaker. So, I was pretty lucky the other day. This guy just popped up at my local Big W. He wasn't even scanning on the machine, so I thought he just, was released incorrectly at that time. Picked him up. I wasn't really too excited just because he's a remold, a heavy remold of this guy, and as you know, I have my complaints about the wheeljack mode, but surprisingly this guy turned out really well, a lot better than the wheeljack mode in my opinion. Really happy with this one. So first off, let's take a look at the packaging. It's the standard Earthrise packaging. See a nice image of Sunstreaker there, Sunstreaker in vehicle and robot mode. Your standard Earthrise image, nothing much else. He comes with a set of instructions, which is very clear, usual Earthrise packaging. And he also comes with a piece of the map and this piece, but doesn't look like he comes with any. There's only no map locations there, it's just a map. Taking a closer look at accessories, he doesn't come with a gun. So the gun I used earlier was from COG or Aragon, not sure. He does come with this silver painted sort of exhaust that comes into play in this vehicle mode. He can use it as a gun, so you can just peg it on the hand or on the forearm. Well, but as we all know, this is more a display piece for his back, which just pegs on that hole, and that's just integral to the look of Sunstreaker. Now taking a closer look at the robot itself, there's some paint imperfections on mine, especially on the head. Don't know if that's visible on camera. Let's see. But yeah, some paint imperfections on the forehead, not glaring enough for me to not like him. But yeah, the yellow on the chest is slightly different from that of the body, but you know, it's more visible with the light and the camera, but on hand it's not as egregious. Same here, it's a slightly different yellow as well on here as opposed here, just because that yellow is painted on this clear plastic and this yellow is painted on the black, and we all know how Hasbro is with these yellows. But yeah, taking a closer look at the body, I mean, it's very well proportioned. I'll do a comparison with Wheeljack, which we all know is a remold, but he's really well proportioned. You know, forearms are thick as they're supposed to. The legs are a bit thick, but you know, that's not too bad. Nice front of the car on the feet. These are faux headlights, by the way, so the real headlights are there, so I think that's a nice way of handling that. From the side, again, very clean. From the back, again, really nice, really clean. There is some gaps on the inner thigh and the lower leg, similar to, again, Wheeljack, and some gappage there as well. But all in all, I think this is a much better implementation than Wheeljack. So just because, you know, it's a Wheeljack remote, let's compare the two. So as you can see, the proportions on Sunstreaker I think is much better. So the forearms here, especially the elbows are in the right place. On Wheeljack, you know, the elbow is a little bit higher, and the thickness of the forearm, right, is just really weird. So this one is super long and this one is really thin, as opposed to this one is just really well proportioned. Now for a quick size comparison, here he is with the rest of the Autobots, at least the ones that I have, not counting remolds and all that. So yeah, I think this line is going really well, really strong. So as you know, Prowl is the same height as this, Red Alert same height, Ratchet same height. So this gives you a good representation of scale across most of the Earthrise and Siege bots. Now for articulation, there's only one real piece of articulation that's missing, and we'll go through that. So the head is on a ball joint. It can go all the way around, and there is a bit of tilt forward and back. Not as good implementation in terms of head as side swipe, but it's really good as well. Arms can go all the way around, bicep swivel 90 degrees, in and out motion. Unfortunately, no wrist swivel. That's the one missing. You can use that elbow, that shoulder joint to do some up and down motion, though that's more for transformation. You do have the waist swivel. Legs can go all the way forward, all the way back, no problems there. All the way to the side. Upper thigh swivel 90 degrees. There is a toe joint, but that's more for transformation. This one does go up and down, and a little bit pivot up and down as well, which you can use for certain poses. And a gregarious amount of ankle pivot, which is really good. So no complaints in terms of articulation aside from the wrist swivel. Now, transformation is very similar to wheel jacks. So first thing we do, let's do the legs first. Turn this all the way around. This heel piece you fold up. This foot you swivel up that way, and then you accordion the leg in. Do the same for the other side. Let's do that quickly. Accordion that up. Okay, now with that all aligned, you take this chest piece and accordion it down. So there are some pegs there that will slot there. So if you don't slot it in completely, it doesn't go completely flush. So that's really important. Hide the head in, rotate at the waist. Make sure it's aligned. You can rotate this forward. Fold the hands in. Face the arm up. Now using that joint, you accordion this in and peg that peg underneath. So it's not there's no hole, it's just you have to position it underneath there. There you go. Swivel the elbow that away and then close it up so there's a peg hole for that tab there. Do the same for the other arm. Sure it's inside. There you go. There's Sunstreaker in his awesome vehicle mode. So taking a closer look at Sunstreaker in vehicle mode. Again, the differences in yellow, they don't stand out as much in on hand, so don't worry too much about it. But yeah, this is a really nicely done vehicle mode. So silver painted rims. This one tends to go up if you don't peg it completely, but it's not as bad looking on hand. There is a slight split on this one, but again, I think I saw some complaints on that. I don't think it looks as bad in person, to be honest. So even if it does look a little bit odd on the pictures, it's really well implemented in hand. Really sleek design. All the lines are very well done. Line for the door, that Lamborghini gap there. There is no spoilers, that's the one thing. And I did try taking the one from Wheeljack to see if that fits, but no, it's not gonna fit. See, so it's but the good thing is the holes are there, so a third-party company will come along to put a spoiler there. That's nice, nicely painted. Even at the backs you see black lines. So yeah, they didn't skimp out on the paint. As I've said, these are the real headlights. The toes are there. So I really like the implementation of that one as well. some size comparisons. Here he is with his mold mate Wheeljack. So this one is the Netflix spoiler, by the way. I put the Earthrise spoiler on my Netflix one in robot mode. But yeah, as you can see, it's really nice that the vehicle modes are so different, as well as the robot modes, even if the transformation scheme is nearly identical. I wasn't able to show it to you, but there are no reused parts. Not one reused part. It's only the engineering. Oh, maybe this one is a reused part. No, not even this one. Even the chest piece is new, or this skeletal piece. So yeah, 0 remolded parts. So the only difference in transformation, as you can see, Sunstreaker's arm and the hands ends up there. Wheeljack's our hands ends up here. And in doing that, I think this one ended up having a better what do you call this, better set of proportions. Now of course we have to compare him with his Lambro this one is Netflix Sideswipe. So yeah, I mean, they do look different, just because this one is more a Cybertronian looking one, and this one is more a Earth mode looking one. But you can see the similarities. If they come out with Sideswipe using this vehicle mode molding, I think they can, because it's just a shell anyway, right? It'll be awesome. Okay, final thoughts. This guy is an awesome figure. This has been my favorite for the longest time, but now that this guy is out, he's definitely the one that I've been picking up most of the time. It's not too bad, because you know, you always display both of them together, so I always have them in the same place together. So 2 of the best figures of the line are also the Lambros, which is really cool. Some complaints, like I said, some paint imperfections, the differences in the yellow, which only really does stand out in, you know, photography and stuff like that, and the lack of weapons. That's the main complaint. But you do have a lot of weapons with your weaponizers that you can arm these guys up, so that's not too bad as well. If you are at all interested in this line, I'd pick him up. You don't have any reason not to. And even if you're not, he's an awesome standalone figure as well. So yeah, really great. Pick him up. He's a must-have. So if you like that review, please do leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. This has been Grim Trigger, and this has been the best deluxe of the line, Earthrise Sunstreaker. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.